Twitch is ruining revenue for streamers on their platform. Make sure to watch to the end.
Bringing up Twitch's big problems is like bringing up my mustache.
Okay.
You're tired of hearing it at this point. But there is a huge announcement that Twitch made that people are quite upset about. How upset? Well, Tips, the leader of OTK, said if this change goes through, OTK will be leaving Twitch.
Whoa. We'll be leaving Twitch. This is a direct attack on our business, staff, and all of the hard work we have put into our organization. Whoa, leaving Twitch straight up. This is big. Okay, all right, listen up, guys.
Which is crazy because they are one of the most viewed organizations on Twitch.
Right.
Also added the CEO. Pretty bold move. And if you just
Seriously.
search up Twitch right now and go through all of Twitter, people aren't happy.
Okay, this is Charlie. All right, Moist Critical, Penguins 0. It's actually impressive how Twitch manages to make the most dog shit changes imaginable. Twitch has new branded content guidelines. On-stream logos are limited to 3% of screen size. What? 3% of screen size? That's like nothing. Burned-in video ads are not allowed. So I'm guessing that means like pre-recorded, or like if the sponsor sends you a clip to put into your stream to have played, pre-played or whatever. Burned-in display ads are not allowed. Burned-in audio ads are not allowed. That's big for podcasts, too. What the heck?
Impressive how Twitch manages to make the most dogshit changes imaginable.
Right.
I don't say it lightly, but I think this is a legitimate situation where streamers should consider boycotting Twitch. Twitch is changing sponsorship guidelines to be so restrictive that it makes it impossible for streamers to even advertise.
It's huge for Asmon to be saying that, too, because, Asmon's like, when he streams on his main channel, he can pull in like 75,000 viewers just no problem. And for him to say, like, boycott Twitch, that's crazy.
Okay, well, let's first address what the fuck everybody's talking about.
All right.
And it all started with a single article posted by Twitch about branded content guidelines.
Okay.
Maybe the most boring, dry article you could imagine, has somewhat made the entirety of Twitter implode talking about Twitch. But what is the actual content of it?
Yeah.
It started with point 1, which is branded content disclosure tool. Basically, now when you do a branded stream, you have to disclose it, which is a law in the US of A at the very least.
Yeah, that's nothing. That's no big deal at all. So it seems like they're going to paint this like a nothing burger at first, but there must be, down here is the meat of it, and that's what gets spicy.
And is a good thing. You should know when you are watching branded content as a viewer.
Right.
And if you check this little box, then it'll be embedded into the stream.
Right.
Great. Easy. Point 1, not a problem.
Yeah.
But like most shit sandwiches, it's not the top layer of bread you have to worry about.
Right.
It's what's in the middle, which is point 2. Prohibited brand sponsorship formats. We recognize that streamers want to collab with brands, but as outlined in the TOS, we maintain the exclusive right to sell, serve, and display ads on Twitch services.
We maintain the exclusive right. So this screams that Twitch is just trying to be in control of everything. They want to be scooping into every little money pot possible. That's so bad. That's so greedy. That's so like anti-creator. This is not looking good for Twitch. There's been quite a few Twitch L's recently, I feel like, and to just add this on top, like they got rid of the 70-30 split or whatever, for the exclusive deals for higher level creators or whatever, streamers. They got rid of that recently, and then now to do this is just, what are you doing, Twitch?
This means that you may not insert, embed, or burn in pre-recorded ad units into your live streams.
Okay.
What does that mean? Well, they gave a nice little infographic. Somebody worked really hard at Twitch to make these graphics. They look really good, but they made a lot of people upset. So let's go through it. Here are the formats permitted for ads that streamers might want to run on their Twitch channel. You can do panels, which is like the thing below. It's basically the description, something nobody...
I think he was just going to say this. Nobody looks at that. Nobody looks at that. The place where you want to put your sponsorship stuff so that your sponsors are actually happy and want to pay you is going to be on screen, like right in the video, so that it's clearly visible to the viewers. That's what the sponsors are going to want, so that they want to pay you. Like, it doesn't make any sense to do any of this crap. I don't know, man. This is weird.
He actually reads. You can showcase products, fair enough. You can include links, or maybe have like a pinned link or a Moo bot that posts the link occasionally in the chat. You can discuss products and be like, wow, check out my very cool Nintendo Switch Joy-Con. It has drift still. I don't know how that's legal. And you can play sponsored games. Okay.
I feel like, yeah, this is not enough. Like, you gotta have those like mid-roll ad type setups, or this is not going to work for a lot of creators, I feel like. Like, yeah, if you can find a sponsor that's okay with, just displaying the product in the background, that's cool, I guess. If you can find a sponsor that's okay with an unboxing or just a simple discussion, that's cool too. But I think most of them are going to want to have a very targeted, even scripted kind of ad read, and you can't get that with these options alone.
Great. That's all fine. But what are the non-permitted ones? The ones with limitations? The ones that started the shitstorm that has caused Twitter to lose their mind. Well,
3% screen
first
size.
One, logos on stream. On-stream brand overlays are limited to 3% of screen size.
Yeah, what is that?
This is crazy. I've never even heard of this before, especially the limitation of 3%. Partially because that is weirdly specific.
Yeah, seriously.
I don't even know what 3% of a screen is. Luckily, some other people found out what it is. Turns out this is 3%. This is it in square form. This is it in banner form. And
that is nothing. Like, seriously, that is nothing. That's not going to get anybody's attention. This is not going to accomplish anything for creators who are wanting to have sponsorships and like successful sponsorships where they can actually make enough money to survive. Like, for the ones that are just getting by right now, like maybe they just went full-time streaming, right? Like, okay, I quit my day job. Like, I'm just making enough to pay all my bills, and I'm banking on, growing the stream, maybe growing the secondaries with like a YouTube channel, TikTok, whatever, Instagram Reels. But I'm banking on that to grow over time. But right now I'm just getting by on Twitch, and then this. And it's like, okay, now I get half the sponsorships because none of them are okay with the options that I now have. And yeah, now I can't survive, and I have to go get the day job again, and I kind of have to quit streaming or make a choice. Like, this kind of stuff, it's actually affecting people's lives, and I don't think the Twitch bigwigs who are responsible for these decisions realize that or care. And that's even more messed up.
And this is it if you were put it on the side. It is fucking tiny.
Yeah.
It is literally smaller than my webcam. It is not a large part of the screen.
Yeah.
So that would impact a lot of banner ads that people regularly do on their Twitch streams. And then the second one is the one that people are very stressed out about, which is that streamers are not allowed to insert video ads directly into their streams.
Right. So yeah, that's the big one. That is the huge one. And I think some sponsors, they just give you a clip to play, or you can request it. I'm not exactly sure how that works because I'm not sponsored. But yeah, so I think it's either one or the other, or some of them let you do your own creative ad as long as it hits certain like bullet points. But any of those are no longer an option, and that's really bad. So like, what are people gonna do? What are they gonna do? I don't understand how people are gonna make money. This is such an L for Twitch. It's a huge L. And if it's coming from Amazon, like putting pressure for Twitch to make more money, it's a huge L for Amazon as well. This is just ridiculous.
So this is basically like you are sponsored by Campbell's Soup, and then you play a Campbell's Soup ad while you are streaming for 60 seconds, and then it's back to you jerking off, watching the button, whatever the hell's going on.
Right.
And they said, no, that you cannot do that. And then there's a couple additional ones saying, hey, you can't do banner ads, which I guess would also fall under the 3% anyway.
Right.
And then you can't have any burned-in audio ads, which I've never heard about. I guess that's like if you're doing a podcast, maybe.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You have like a podcast ad read. Apparently, that's also not allowed to happen. So all of these things just outright banned, and this is the main thing people are upset about. Which
the main thing. Well, I mean, it's a pretty big thing. It's understandable. Yeah, people should be upset about this. And like big creators are upset about this, and that's good. Everybody needs to get really loud about this because this is not okay. Like, this really is a pivotal moment, I think, where it's like, okay, do I stay on Twitch or do I go somewhere else? Because this is ridiculous. Like, if Twitch is actually going to implement this is ridiculous. I'm out. And I can't blame people for doing that. Which
I think is pretty fucking dumb by Twitch.
Yeah.
Because this is the main way that people who run huge events are able to make money, including me. That's how I make most of my money. Now, I'm on YouTube, so it's not as big of a problem for me. But for my Mogul Chess Boxing, here's a baked-in mid-roll ad from Cash App.
Yeah, but also his big partner, Charlie, Moist Critical, Penguin Zero, You know, he's on Twitch, and that would hugely affect his partner of the Moist Moguls that they have together. That would be huge. So, I mean, he still has kind of a say in all this, or a weight, I guess, in all of this. Yeah, this is just crazy. I don't know what Twitch is doing. I can't imagine how anybody wins with this on the Twitch side. More sponsors and better enabling streamers to get sponsorships and to make money would only benefit Twitch. So I don't understand why they're cutting away at their revenue options. It's just so weird.
That is all it is. It's a total baked-in ad that would not be allowed under the current Twitch guidelines.
Right.
Similar to the KFC ad that we recorded that aired during the Streamer Awards. Another ad that just wouldn't be able to be aired, which is part of the reason they pay the big bucks, those big sponsors, to be able to make events like that happen in the first place.
Yeah.
And somebody on Twitter, Brian, said, the more I think about it, the more insane this is. Literally no event can run on Twitch under these guidelines. Tournaments, league, charity, all of them violate these in so many ways.
For real. Like, imagine all the Smash tourneys. Any tournament, really. I mean, right? So, like it says, league tournament, anything. Yeah. How do they make those tournaments possible to be live and to be available for everybody so that you don't have to physically go out, right? I mean, sponsorships, that's how, with these types of ads, with this type of thing. And if you can only put a little 3% size banner ad and that's about it for your whole stream, you're not going to make any money with that. This is just crazy. Oh man, I'm actually getting irritated. Like, Twitch, what are you doing? Trying to keep the smile on, but it's a little difficult.
So I looked into it, and he's right. I mean, literally, this is a Twitch Prime Gaming, or I guess an Amazon Prime gaming banner giveaway. This is an ad right here, and it is.
Yeah, that's a huge banner ad. That is not 3% at all. 3% would be like just down here, right? And then this is like almost all of the bottom of the screen. That's more like, I don't know, 10, 20%.
Is well over 3% and breaks the rule of inserted, burned-in display ads.
Right.
That's not allowed under the current guidelines.
Crazy.
Now, I fully believe that Twitch is probably trying to target some specific groups of people, and they're not going to blanket punish everyone across the board.
Maybe.
But they could be punishing individual creators. Now, part of the reason I believe this, and I guess we'll break this into two groups here.
Okay.
People who are going to give Twitch the most charitable interpretation, and people who are going to give Twitch the least charitable interpretation. Now,
I'm with the least. Twitch, you're screwing up. You're screwing everybody over. I don't believe in you right now. I'm getting to the point of very much zero faith in you. This is not good.
Going with the latter, if we're going with the least charitable interpretation,
right.
This means Twitch is going to outright cannibalize every single ad that anybody was trying to do, any individual creator, any esports organizer, and make them do it through Twitch exclusively. And maybe there's some supporting evidence, like when they tweeted out a month ago, we're testing new experiences to connect streamers and brands by making sponsored streams work better for our community. So they already have things in place to improve their ad sales to their creators.
Right.
And now they're removing the other options for creators, so you have no option but to do all your ads through Twitch.
Yeah, and that's the key, right? They want all the ads to run through Twitch. They don't want anything to be in the creator's hands because they want to make sure that Twitch is getting the most money scooped out of it all as possible. It's just dirty. I mean, you know, it's a business at the end of the day. I get that. They're trying to make money. But with this type of business, it's all about the creators. If you don't care about your creators, if you're not trying to take care of your creators, if you're not trying to incentivize your creators to be there, then what's the point of them being there? They should leave. And they probably will.
That's the least charitable. What's the most charitable? They're getting up to date with a lot of the rules that other websites have in place, including YouTube. Embedded third-party sponsorships in ads in YouTube content. YouTube creators cannot include promotion, sponsorships, or other advertisements for third-party sponsors or advertisers in their videos where YouTube offers a comparable ad format, including, but not limited to, pre, mid, and post-roll ads.
Interesting.
AKA, you shouldn't be allowed, according to YouTube, to have a 60-second ad that you burn into your video that talks about, I don't know, Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons and how they have bad drift. Apparently that wouldn't fly.
Really?
But if you've watched YouTube for more than a week, you know that does fly all the time.
Yeah, I was just going to say, you see those types of ads every single day. So I wonder where that policy comes from. Maybe they're talking about like going straight to the source of the person that's trying to have an ad run and saying, hey, just hand me a 60-second clip and I'll just put it right into my video editing. Maybe that's what they're saying they're against. I'm not sure. But I think I've also seen that, so I'm not really sure what that's all about. But what I'm worried about, what I'm concerned with, is the Twitch angle, and if they're actually cutting down that hard, regardless of what YouTube is doing, if they're actually cutting down that hard and just taking away all of those ad options, it is not realistic for, I think, probably most streamers to stay on the platform.
So I think it's some sort of policy that YouTube puts in place to punish groups of people that might be cannibalizing too much of their ad sales because they're doing it at scale, rather than punish creators. And this is a more charitable interpretation.
Right, yeah.
This basically means Twitch's new guideline falls almost exactly in line with YouTube's guideline. The only caveat I'll say is logos. This one seems crazy still to me. And
yeah. Even with logos, that's kind of crazy. Like 3%. 3%. I mean, just on average, I would say people's logo sizes that they throw on the screen are more like 5%, maybe more like the size of even like a webcam in the bottom corner or top corner or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. 3% just doesn't seem to cut it for most, I think, sponsorship angles.
Twitch can also prove me wrong. This is a time will tell scenario.
Yeah.
If in a month from now, Twitch is taking down every single creator who does have a burned-in ad, a 60-second mid-roll ad, or who does have a banner, then this is not at all what YouTube is doing. But in writing, it is the exact same.
Yeah.
In practice, it could be a whole lot different. This thing, still crazy to me. I don't know where this 3% came from.
Yeah,
it
that's
seems
bogus.
Specific. It seems way too punishing. But I am hoping that this is Twitch's way of trying to target a group of people who is taking up too much of their ad sales because maybe they're doing it at scale.
Yeah.
Less so a way to specifically target individual creators who are doing ad sales, who are trying to make money to make ends meet. Because at the end,
yeah, I mean that could be totally true. That's a fair kind of like, give them possible credit or leeway or whatever. Like if they're trying to target a specific group of people, they're trying to make it public so that it's scary for them and like, oh, okay, we'll change what we're doing because we're totally taking advantage of ad whatever on Twitch. Yeah, I mean, I guess that makes sense. That does seem like a kind of corporate way to handle things, is like, okay, well, we'll do a blanket scary tactic and then we'll scare the little guys or the little group that's, way over taking advantage. Yeah, that does seem like a legitimate thing that would happen. But I don't know. I'm leaning more in the direction of they're just screwing up again and actually just ruining revenue for everybody on Twitch. I don't know.
End of the day, that is most Twitch streamers. Most Twitch streamers aren't the top 0.0001% that
Yeah.
you think of when you think of Twitch streamers. It is people who are just making enough to live or have a good side hustle going.
Right.
And this brings me to the bigger point here, which is that Twitch has a PR problem. At its core, that is Twitch's biggest issue.
Yeah.
Nobody is going to give Twitch a charitable interpretation for anything they're doing.
Oh, yeah.
Because they have done nothing but make bad decisions over the past 2+ years.
See, that's where I'm coming from. Exactly. That's why I feel this way about this announcement or whatever. Or should I say more like TOS change whispering, because they didn't really announce it. It was like a little pop-up on like the bottom right or out of the way somewhere that was not obvious. You had to like look for it to see it. Yeah, it's really sneaky. It's like something they do at like 4 a.m. in the morning. But yeah, I don't know. I am leaning more towards they're actually going to do it to everybody and screw everybody over because of all of the previous failures this past, like you said, year or two.
Not only make bad decisions, but the way they announce these decisions is always articles that they post at 4 a.m. that are cold,
yeah,
right, dry, that don't actually answer the questions people want to know.
Exactly.
They even have an FAQ at the bottom of this huge article they posted, and all of the FAQ is about the branded content announcement, aka point 1 of the 2 points, the branded content disclosure tool.
So they have an FAQ, but they're not even addressing the like controversial, scary parts. They're just like, oh yeah, well of course we have to show that you have branded things in your stream, and this is why. And then yes, also there's some prohibited things, but yeah, we're not gonna worry about that. Whatever.
Nobody gives a fuck about that. Yet every single question is about branded content
Right,
disclosure, with the exception of one all the way down here, which is what do you mean by burned in ads?
And that's
it just clarifies that you're not allowed to have any mid-roll ads.
Wow.
I feel like it would be a lot better if Twitch were to be more personable. And they just got a CEO who is doing interviews with VTubers who seems a little more hip. So why not have like a sit-down conversation and say, hey,
even if the new CEO in this theoretical situation only sat down with that top 1% that we're talking about, at least it's sitting down with creators that fans care about, right? So they would be excited to hear like, oh, I want to see my favorite creator talking to the Twitch CEO and see like firsthand what he's got to say. Even if it was just a quick call in the middle of a stream, the Twitch CEO jumps in for like, I don't know, 5-10 minutes and just, we got this segmented whatever. And yeah, I just jumped on to answer a couple of your questions that I knew you had. And I'm just making my rounds. And, we're going to be doing this for about a week with all the top creators. Boom, over, done. And everybody would be so happy, I think, just to see interaction with the Twitch community, get those firsthand kind of questions. It could even be a little bit of a Q&A for those few minutes. The chat section just blasting questions. The streamer who's interacting, taking those questions and asking the CEO. Oh man, that seems like a good method to go with. I don't know why they don't do something like that.
These are our new guidelines. This is why we're doing it. We're trying to keep up to date with other competing websites like YouTube or whatever it is.
Right.
It would feel a whole lot better if the message came from a human who seems like they care, rather than an article that is trying to be shoved into the anal cavities of 4 a.m. only to be posted by some Twitter journalists like Zach, and then talked about by every streamer known to man who hates the small little read they did about it. I don't know. It just seems brain dead that they haven't figured that out by now and they haven't changed it. But that's where we currently sit with Twitch and with their new announcement. Time will tell. I am hopeful, always optimistic, that Twitch is not going to go out and attack every single individual.
I really hope so too. I really hope so, but I really don't believe that that's what's going on here. I think they're just screwing over their community, their streamers. I really do.
Who has a sponsorship that breaks these rules and that it's for some other reason, but it's Twitch.
But I'm happy to stand corrected.
So they might just do that. And I think they are further and further pushing people to competitors like YouTube or even Kick or even Rumble, where it seems like a lot of creators are signing by the day. We'll see. Time will tell. But that's another huge Twitch drama. That's why everyone's mad. And hopefully Twitch, come on.
Alrighty, well, let me check this out. I didn't hear when the TOS changes are supposed to be implemented. Well, I'm not sure, guys. I did a little brief looking, and I think it's July 1st when those TOS changes are supposed to be implemented. So we'll find out if they actually implement and they go through with all of that and they actually reinforce it or, enforce those changes. It's a big L for Twitch. This is not looking good. For me, I was personally thinking about coming back to Twitch to stream. I haven't streamed in a while. And I'm finally in a place and with a setup where I think I can finally get back to streaming. And Twitch is not looking like a good option. I'm starting to think maybe one of the competitors. Maybe I'll stream here on YouTube. Maybe stream over on Kick or something. This is crazy. This is really not good for Twitch. Not a good look. Not good for their business. I can't understand why they would want to take away revenue options for creators. You should give them more so that you make more money. It doesn't make any sense to me. Man, this was a good video. It pretty much summarized everything that we needed to hear. I hope you guys enjoyed. Man, this is really, really bad on Twitch. Well, what do you guys think? Is this a huge Twitch L or does it actually sound okay? Let me know in the comments. Leave a like, a subscribe, and I will see you next time.